everyone, this is Kedra with NyxMoonOracle, and today I am bringing you a Twin Flames reading, messages from Divine Masculine on the spiritual journey. Spirit, what is going on currently with Divine Masculine? What is going on currently with Divine Masculine in this collective this week, Spirit? This first week of August. What is currently going on with Divine Masculine this first week of August 2021 for this collective? What's going on? What would you like to address? What's going on? Thank you. Smoke and mirrors. Hang on, there's something under my table. Sorry, the ribbon that I hold this cloth with was right up under it, ruining my card flow. Smoke and mirrors. Two more, Spirit. This is a new deck that I got from a local shop in town called the Stone Moon here in Bellingham. I love this deck, and I love the shop. Spirit of gratitude. What else, Spirit? One more. Body and soul. I'm going to get into the Twin Flame Tarot by Mystic Moon. Tell me about the smoke and mirrors. First of all, I feel like from the cards, I feel like Divine Masculine is starting to see things a little more clearly. Maybe they put up smoke and mirrors in the past of who they are, being inauthentic, playing games, maybe believing in things, believing in somebody else's smoke and mirrors. But from what I'm seeing, the spirit of gratitude and body and soul, I feel like it's taking a different direction. But let me see where Spirit wants to go. Admired. What about the spirit of gratitude, Spirit? Dark night of the soul. I thought so. This is just lining up with exactly what communication. I feel like on the bottom of the deck is cycles, and I'm going to leave that as a wild card, okay? I feel like for a very long time, Divine Masculine has really worried about his image, who fits in that image, what fits in that image, the image that they set for themselves and others, what they believe about themselves, what they believe they need in their life. You know, that story, that mask that they put onto the world. They want to be admired. They wanted to be admired. They wanted to be seen a certain way. They wanted their kids, if they have children, they wanted their kids admired. They wanted their house, their yard, their spouse. They wanted everything to be admired. They wanted everybody to admire them. Then something happened. I'll go into that in a minute. Something happened that caused a dark night of the soul. For them to go in, they may have gotten a huge dose of some karma, some justice, and I feel like they're coming out of it. I'm also hearing that this is what needs to be done. For some of them. For some of them, this is where they are now. And this is what needs to be done. They need to have their ass checked. They need to have their ego checked at the door and show some gratitude and communicate with Spirit. Their soul and their mind need to work together in communication for their highest good. And it starts with gratitude for what they have. I'm going to go in deeper. Tell me more about this, Spirit, about this dark night of the soul. I'm going to get some tarot. See the cycles I had on a wild card? I do feel like this is a cycle that needs to happen or has happened. And now, if it hasn't happened, it needs to happen. And it starts with gratitude so that the mind, the body, and the soul can communicate, and as well as Spirit, and things can start to flourish and grow. Because out of the mud, the lotus grows. And that's where the magic happens. And it all starts with communication. Communication with Spirit. Communication with your soul, listening to your soul, aligning with your soul. As well as not listening and communicating and identifying with the mind so much. That's what causes this dark night of the soul. That's that ego interference, that smoke and mirrors, wanting to be admired. So I'm going to go in. So for some of you, this has happened, and they are going through the dark night of the soul, or they already have, and they're showing gratitude for what they have in life, for things in life. Or, because this is a wild card, this needs to happen. It hasn't happened yet, or it's the very beginning stages, but something's cracking. Something, the mask deception, that smoke and mirrors, has to leave so that things can bloom and communication with Spirit and soul and mind can get locked in, and that lotus can grow from the mud. That 5 is change. It needs to happen. I'm going to put this right here and tell me, Spirit, about this dark night of the soul. I think I'm going to go into some shadows, since this is dark night of the soul. What happened to cause this dark night of the soul, Spirit? Or what needs to happen for this dark night of the soul to happen? For this cycle to end and change. Ooh, that flew across the room. Hang on. Self-centered. There you go. Admired. Self-centered. This is what triggered the dark night of the soul. It's just all of this smoke and mirrors, wearing this mask, being inauthentic. The world revolves around them needing to be admired, the king, the queen, the center of the world. And they're obsessive. They're obsessed. What are they obsessed with, Spirit? I believe they're obsessive with their image. And they use people. Yep, controlling. They use people, just as it came out of my mouth. They use people for what they want. That could be their ego stroking, just to tell stories to hear themselves talk. Like, just say this person's out manicuring their yard, that they're so wanting to be admired, right? It's that image. They're manicuring their yard and neighbors pass by and they just start talking about themselves because they want to be admired. Somebody's complimenting the yard and then they start talking about how they do it and their ego's bolstered. It could be just driving up to a coffee shop and flirting with the girls or the guys, and they just eat it up. It's always using somebody to stroke that ego. It's huge because they want to be admired, self-centered. There's not a moment this person isn't wanting to be admired. It's like, not to say this is all divine masculines, but this is this collective. If this doesn't resonate with you, please just click off. Maybe I'll get you next week, okay? This person, there's not a moment when this person isn't wanting to be admired. Even like if you're talking to them and saying, hey, you know, like if you're talking about their problems or something that happened in their childhood, and almost make, you know, feeling sorry for them, or talk, anytime you get to talk about them or they get to be a victim or they can use that situation to their advantage, they do it. They control the situation. They control your feelings about them, their admiration. They just want to be admired. And if you're talking about them, whether it's in a, I feel sorry for you because of your childhood, you know, you were this or that, they don't look at it as something to help them in life. They look at it as, oh, I'm a victim. Oh, they feel sorry for me. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this to my advantage, and I'm going to make them admire me because I'm going to talk about things like how I powered through all of this. I mean, they're always bolstering themselves up, even if they were abused as a child or neglected, or something has happened. They'll make it a monumental statement of they've overcame, which is fine to do that. But this person does it in every way, shape, or form because they're self-centered. Tell me about this dark night of the soul, Spirit. I'm going to turn this card over just so I don't get banned on YouTube, or it gets taken off. A lot came out here. I feel like vulgar came out, this one right here. What causes this dark night of the soul is, or needs to, because these cycles, this either does or needs to. It's because of impulsive behavior, promiscuous behavior, alcoholism, and that picky card came out. I feel like this person, you know, either this person has overcome this or that this was triggered by these behaviors. Like they're very shallow. I feel like they're very shallow. There was alcoholism involved. They used people. They were self-centered. They used people sexually or flirting or blurring the lines or crossing the lines. Online affairs. Anybody that could stroke their ego. This could be being over friendly with neighbors in a flirtatious way, just to stroke their ego. They're very impulsive and vulgar. I'm hearing there was some dark stuff going on, impulse control, wanting to be admired, and it all went to stroking that ego, so they can believe the smoke and mirrors they portray to themselves, because they don't want to fear that self-loathing that they feel. They don't want to feel inadequate. They don't want to feel alone. I feel like some of these people, these masculines, they can't be alone. And they really, really love their ego stroke, and they really control the narrative of what people believe. Twin flame comes out. I feel like you and, okay, that's another thing that triggers this. this dark night of the soul. I feel like divine masculine has been going through all of this, or was, and then here you come along and rock their world. It shows them, because that's what the twin flame journey does, it shows them everything they don't want to see. That ego starts to come apart. That ego starts to show itself. And they really don't want to face that. That's why they run. It's like you can see right through them. I feel like maybe you call them out on their bullshit. I feel like they tried to control the narrative with you. I feel like they were impulsive with you. They tried to control that narrative. They were obsessed with you, promiscuous with you. But I do feel like this self-centered, picky behavior, all of these addictions, all of this behavior, they may have even cheated on you. I feel like that is what causes this dark night of the soul with divine masculine. Because they start to see everything they've done. And they didn't see it. They knew it, but they didn't care to see it until they either cheated on you, ghosted you, walked away from you, or you walked away from them. Because I'm hearing a lot of you forgave a lot of this behavior. You forgave the running because you love divine masculine, right? No ordinary love. But I'm hearing this has either happened because soulmates on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this cycle has to end. They met you and they had to face a lot of stuff. And either you walked away, they walked away, or you both walked away. But one of you walked away first. I feel like for some of you, masculine walked away first. Then you were like, you reached out a couple of times, maybe once or twice. And you're like, I'm done. I'm done hurting. I'm done pining. I'm going to do my life. I'm going to live my life. I know what this journey's about. I've heard all the stuff. I know what I need to do. I know I need to let go and detach. You've heard all that before. And divine masculine realizes they've been addicted to everything but you. They've been addicted to the story they tell themselves, addicted to being admired, addicted to vulgar behavior, shallow behavior, impulsive, controlling, obsessive, promiscuous, and alcoholism as well. They've been addicted. This could be drugs as well. But that's the twin flame journey. They're addicted to everything and everyone but you until that shared energy is leveled. Until you're in your own lane, living your best life, not seeing them as separate from yourself. Because even though the physical person is separate, you are still one soul. Just know that. I know it's easy for me to say, but believe me, I had a hard time recognizing how that worked when I was on my twin flame journey at first. Now I know, and I can go about my day just fine because I'm living my life. I'm doing things that I want, when I want, how I want. And my divine masculine literally lives right maybe 10 feet away from me. And I see my divine masculine like every day, but there's no more pining. There's no more, that feeling that you have. There's no more of that because I know the physical person isn't important. It is, my soul is already aligned and they're having their own life experience. I'm having my own life experience and I wish them the best. If something happened different, that's fine. If something doesn't, that's fine too. But I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to improve myself, being my best self every day, trying. And then there's always tomorrow. Really knowing what this journey's about. And it's not about pain and suffering and waiting for somebody. Never wait because you're attached to an outcome, okay? And that's all it does is causes you pain and you waste years of your life waiting for somebody when they're in this behavior. And it's not going to change as long as you're hanging on. When you change, it opens the door for spirit, that communication, for things to bloom. And then they're attracted right back to you. And that's clear because now divine masculine is or about to or has gone through a dark night of the soul, feels like you're a soulmate, and has gratitude for meeting you. Gratitude for their life. They're starting to feel they're more than a body. Because they're getting communication from spirit. They're getting signs and synchronicities. It's like you're in their face. You're in their thoughts. You're in their dreams. You're in their longings. But don't hang on to that, okay? They're going through a dark night of the soul. It's not like your dark night of the soul, but it is not pleasant. It's almost like a karmic review of sorts. Spirit, divine masculine is feeling like they've been irresponsible and oblivious. But because of this communication and this gratitude, they're feeling optimism towards their life. They feel like they're growing. And if they haven't yet, they are. Because this is this week's energy, and it can happen within the next week or two or a month. But they're already in this, they're already going through this cycle. For some of them, like I said with that wild card, they already are in the cycle. But it's a coming either way. Because Spirit is saying, talk to me. I'm talking to you. Are you listening? Now I'm going to go into how Divine Masculine is currently seeing Divine Feminine in their mind. How do they see Divine Feminine Spirit currently? Ooh. They're ready to speak. They're flying before I finish shuffle. This Divine Masculine wants to speak this week. Last week was a no-no. Spirit, can you tell me how this Divine Masculine collective sees currently their Divine Feminine in their headspace, their thoughts? What are they thinking about when they think of Divine Feminine? What are they thinking about when they think of Divine Feminine? She who thrives. That's beautiful. They see you thriving. They see that this separation has caused you to really flourishing and living your best life are looking real good on you. They see you as this butterfly emerging from their cocoon, and that you are sorry, I can't even speak today. That you are prospering, you're thriving, you're living your best life. And I feel like they're really proud of that. What else, Spirit? How else are they feeling about Divine Feminine? How else are they feeling about Divine Feminine? What thoughts are they having about Divine Feminine? If you went on nature hikes together, they're thinking about that. They're thinking about being outdoors. If you spent time outdoors together, or they're wanting to. And there's something about your butt that they like, for sure. I feel like they see you as just getting out there, achieving things. And they're happy for you. I feel like they see you getting out in nature. They see you maybe hiking. Maybe you didn't do that before, or you're really into it. But they see you achieving things. Tell me about this. What else, Spirit? In their mind's eye. What thoughts are they thinking? I'm going to get one more. Okay, Spirit does not want me to use that card deck anymore. Let's see. I'm going to use, let me see. I'm going to use this one. What thoughts are going through Divine Masculine's head when they're thinking about Divine Feminine Spirit this week? How are they thinking about? One more. That nature is coming out. I feel like they're not being chased anymore. You're not. They see you prospering because you're no longer waiting on them. See this squirrel collecting acorns? You're no longer waiting on them to come and get you. To come and get you and collect you and take you home. You're not waiting. You're not a victim anymore. They don't feel this dragon on their back kind of watching them, checking up on them, bitching at them, talking shit about them, just watching them. You know, you may have never, some of you may have talked shit about your Divine Masculine, but some of you haven't. But that dragon is like something that they don't feel this dragon anymore, watching them, wanting them to go get that nut. Because I feel like they saw you as this dragon and this acorn. Like you want them to come get you, but you're also kind of your energy. This dragon is your energy that's wanting them to go do it. And they're not feeling this anymore. It caused them, that dragon energy caused them to be despondent. It's like they felt you, this dragon, this despondence. They felt that you were sad. They've always felt your energy. And that pushed them away. And they still sort of do right now, because this is what they're feeling. They do still feel this sad, that you're a little sad, or now they are. It depends on where you are on your journey. If you guys have been doing the work and you've let go of divine masculine and you are in your own lane, achieving things, getting out in nature. Maybe you're seeing somebody. Maybe you're posting it on social media. Maybe they have looked, because divine masculine usually does check in on you. Maybe they're seeing that you are achieving goals with somebody else, going on nature hikes, but they definitely see you thriving. But if you're still waiting on divine masculine, they still are feeling this victim, this despondent energy, this sad energy, kind of just waiting around for the world to happen to you instead of getting out in the world and making things happen and achieving. But I see them seeing you as thriving. So that tells me that the majority of you have done the work and they no longer feel like they need to chase you. But they also feel sad because, you know, you may not be wanting them to come towards you. Now, let me get some words on this to clear this up. Spirit, can you let me know some words from divine masculine about how they're seeing them in their mind's eye? What about this victim and despondence? What's going on there? I feel bad how I left things between us after all that we have shared. That's where the despondence is coming from. They're feeling bad. They see you thriving. They went through that dark night of the soul. You fulfill me on an emotional and physical level. Remember that gratitude they felt? Remember there's communications and signs coming in from Spirit. Their mind is starting to clear the smoke and mirrors. They're starting to see you as a soulmate because they don't know really what twin flames are, most of them. And you fulfill me on an emotional and physical level. They're attracted to you, very much so attracted to you. And they feel like you feel like you're home with them, with that physical level and an emotional level. Nobody else can make them feel that way that you have. And they see you thriving. They see you thriving. Let's see. Spirit, give me some energy. I'm going to get the tarot out of how divine masculine is currently seeing divine feminine. I feel like I said earlier, this masculine has had a major epiphany when it comes to you. Comes to them. Something happened that caused a dark night of the soul. I think it was you, but I think they were getting into some serious trouble with their promiscuous behavior. Their mask was taken off. I feel like you spurred that on in them. But I feel like that promiscuous behavior, the addictive personality, the controlling, I feel like it caused a major tower moment, and it caused some major revelations in regards to not only themselves, their behavior, and how they see you. What else, Spirit? Tell me more about that. Yeah, they see you. They want to go after their 10 of Cups. They want to go after their 10 of Cups. And I feel like that includes you. That they feel this sadness because they don't know if they come forward, if you're going to respond or be the dragon. You know, are you going to respond in kind, or are you going to, be that dragon? But they're definitely, after that dark night of the soul, the gratitude, they're going within, aligning mind, body, and soul. The more work you do on yourself with soul alignment, being in the present moment, and co-creating with Spirit, the more this helps divine masculine, and it causes these tower moments and realizations to eliminate the smoke and mirrors and to drop the mask to be the authentic self, so that they can start to value their life and value who they really are and achieve that 10 of Cups, that inner peace, that happiness with who they are and what they are, happiness with the person they're with, being fully present for every situation that they're in. The Chariot. Yeah, they're moving forward. You're having achievements, which spurs them on to have achievements. They see you as doing this. And when you do this, they'll follow suit. This is still almost like collective energy. I feel like they know you went through a tower moment. They did. They ran. They didn't come and get you. They left you out in the cold. You walked away, or they ghosted, or they just ended things. And it was a tower moment. It was a destructive tower moment. It was a revelation for you. And you're like, I'm going to do me. I'm going to find my inner peace. I'm going to concentrate on me, my family, what I want in life. And you took action. And they see that. They see you moving forward and achieving and thriving. That's how they see you in their headspace. And that's beautiful. And they feel bad. They feel bad about that tower moment. And they can't find anybody else that can make them feel the way you did on a physical and emotional level. For those of you that weren't physical, it means the physical feelings that they had in their headspace. Thank you, Spirit. Let's go into how they see you in their heart space. How do they see Divine Feminine in their heart space, Spirit? I'm going to get another deck over here. How do they see Divine Feminine in their heart space? How do they really feel about Divine Feminine in their heart space for this collective this week, Spirit? This goes back to that despondent energy. They feel they have an ache for you. They feel like they left you out in the cold. And I don't feel that you're sad. This is them. They feel a sadness about, because remember that card? I feel bad how I left things between us after all that we've shared. I feel bad for leaving you out in the cold. I feel bad. My heart aches. And I'm silent and withdrawn because of this right now. I feel so bad for treating you this way. What else, Spirit? How does Divine Masculine currently feel about Divine Feminine in their heart space? How do they currently feel about Divine Feminine in their heart space? Contemplation. Yeah, they're really thinking about and reflecting and ruminating over what happened, how they left this. I feel like some of them are contemplating contacting you because of that squirrel with the nut. I really feel like they're contemplating it, but let's get some words. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting my cards here. Tell me about this, Spirit. How do they feel? Tell me about this contemplation, Spirit. Whew. I don't know how I feel anymore. I don't know how I feel anymore. I hurt you. I don't know how I feel anymore because of the pain I caused you, the pain I caused everyone around me. I am so confused right now. I'm thinking, I'm reflecting on my past behavior with other people as well as you. I am just in my mind. They're going through that dark night of the soul. This is dark night of the soul energy. That's what they're feeling in regards to you. They're really reflecting how they treated you. They don't know. They're really finding themselves because they don't know who they are. They do, but they're really communicating with Spirit. The layers are coming. The lotus is blooming from the mud, and your words are lingering in their mind. They're thinking and reminiscing about how they left things between you. How they, when you communicated with each other, when you first met, and when just in talking to you, they're thinking about things that you don't even know they're thinking about, that you may have just thought you were talking about in passing, little things you do, little things you've said. I'm hearing for some of you that you saw something on the road, on the side of the road, like, oh, look, a little bunny, or oh, look, a little deer, and they really were endeared by that. They're thinking of little things like that you wouldn't think they were thinking of, but they are. They're really ruminating in it, and they really feel sadness for what they did. They feel really bad for what they did in their heart space. What else? One more. There you go. I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. They really are. They're feeling it deep down. They're going through a dark night of the soul. Spirit is there. Spirit is assisting. We saw that. Spirit is communicating. The soul is communicating. The more work you do, your soul begins really expanding itself in Divine Masculine. The energy gets louder and louder. The pull is stronger and stronger. But if you're chasing, it won't happen. If you're looking them up on social media, if you're obsessing about them, expecting an outcome, an apology, a text, or anything, it delays any movement forward. It delays any soul expansion. The vibrations are getting really loud. We saw that with that communication card. That body and soul are communicating with one another during this dark night of the soul for Divine Masculine. And that's because you're moving forward. But they feel bad they left you out in the cold. And they are really, really reflecting on it, thinking about it. I feel like some of them are making art about it, poems about it, songs about it, some kind of creative musing. So now I'm going to go into some possible future outcomes. We're going to go, let's say, the next year. Some possible future outcomes for the next year ahead with you and Divine Masculine. And then I'm going to see some challenges and blockages that would prevent that or hinder it. Spirit, can you tell me the possible future outcomes with this collective, Spirit, for the next year ahead? For the next year ahead, Spirit. Some possible future outcomes for the next year ahead. You are good enough. This is a full moon in Virgo. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. One more, Spirit. I really believe that Spirit is saying, let me get one more just to make sure. There you go. And then on the bottom of the deck, communication is key. Okay. I feel like this looks like a Queen of Pentacles energy to me. The Virgo is very Empress or Queen of Pentacles energetically matching to me. And I feel like Spirit's saying, when you realize that you're good enough and that you do the work and that you forget the story with Divine Masculine, forget the outcome, forget your conditioning, forget the dogma of what you learned with this twin flame journey, forget that you're, just forget the story or forget the feelings that you are separate from this person. Forget the outcome. Forget the dreams that you had with this Divine Masculine, that you can achieve those dreams yourself on your own. And we saw achievement come out already, that you can achieve these dreams of yours yourself. And that you're doing the work. And it's paying off because it's causing this Divine Masculine to have a dark night of the soul and some heavy duty realizations about not only themselves, but what they did and how they ended things and how they treated people, including you. Mainly you. You were the catalyst for that. And that's what the twin flame journey is about, is you meet them and it is a catalyst into your spiritual journey. And now Spirit and the soul and the body of Divine Masculine are communicating with each other. And that's because your hard work is paying off. Spirit saying, keep doing that with yourself, your body, mind, and soul and spirit, communicating, co-creating, living your best life, knowing your value, your worth. You're deserving. You don't deserve breadcrumbs. You don't deserve, waiting days for a text, or you deserve everything that your heart desires in a relationship. But let it flow easy. Know your value. And when something isn't right, adjust your sails. Communicate to yourself, to Spirit, to your soul. Does this feel good? Is this right for me? Is this my highest good? Don't let the past hold you back. Maybe you were told a lot of things as a kid by not only parents, family members, people in school, jobs, relationships. It doesn't matter. Don't let that past hold you back. Don't let your mistakes from the past hold you back. Learn from them. Learn from every situation, every relationship. Take the lessons. Forget everything else. Take the lessons forward. Don't live in the past. Be in the present moment, okay? Be in the present moment. Because if you're living in the past, regretting the past, you can't move forward because you're stuck there. Spirit's saying, let it go. Let it go. Let it drop. You're moving forward. You're moving forward, and it's paying off. And it is affecting Divine Masculine. Tell me more, Spirit, this future outcome with Divine Masculine, please. Oh, sorry about that. There's some future outcomes with Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine in this connection. Moving forward over the next year, Spirit. Over the next year. You're calling Divine Masculine in. You're calling him in with that siren song, but you're not doing it on purpose. You don't have to do anything but live in the present moment, take the lessons from the past and bring them forward, and take action for your future, action steps for your future while being in the now. Living your best life for your highest good, soul alignment, co-creating with Spirit, and that sends out this siren song, this beautiful music. As we saw, they saw you're thriving. And they're feeling bad for what they did. And that's because you're calling them in with a gentle siren song. And remember, I told you that vibration gets louder and louder. The song that calls them in, it gets louder and louder the more you are accepting of the situation, knowing you're already complete, you're not separate from anybody. The physical person isn't the goal, it's your ascension. that you are one soul with two different bodies having an experience for spirit. And you are having a great life experience with no attachments to outcomes of divine masculine being in them. You're okay. If they come back, that's great. If they don't, that's great too. But the more work you do, having fun, living your best life, changing your perspectives on things, you become more creative. You're able to express yourself. You take command of situations. People are noticing. And your personal gifts, and when you take your power back and put all that love and devotion into yourself instead of chasing divine masculine, it just opens up this amount of personal gifts that you have. When I did that with my divine masculine, I had all of these things just open up for me. I had my art just kind of leveled up. My sensitivities and gifts and abilities leveled up. My ascension leveled me up, and it still is every single day. And it just calls in that divine masculine. But you can't focus on that, and you're not focusing on that. Why? Because you're in your own lane, having your own life experience. But this is loud and clear to divine masculine. First it's soft, then it gets louder and louder and louder the more you're going along your journey, the more you're taking your power back. That is beautiful. What else, Spirit? That is beautiful. And that's over the next year. This is over the next year. And don't be hard on yourself. Step by step, day by day. It's not hard. If you catch yourself thinking about them, just be like, it's a twin thing. This pattern doesn't serve me. I don't have to do anything. I'm not going to give this any thought. Just give it a smile and let it go. Let it go. Stability. You're both becoming stable, dependable, reliable. You have an emotional balance with one another. You have an emotion. Your soul is aligning, and when your soul is aligning, your soul is your twin flame. That's just leveling that shared energy. Your emotions are both being balanced. You're working on yourself, and it really causes this chain reaction to divine masculine to follow suit. What else, Spirit? One more. I love these cards, by the way. They're called the Woven Wisdom Oracle cards. I just absolutely love them. Hidden home. Care for your roots. It's a private process. That's right. When you are on this journey, you don't have to brag about you're on your journey. You don't have to tell everybody you're on your ascension or on your twin flame journey. It actually doesn't help to talk about the twin flame journey. Let go of the label. This is your spiritual journey. This is your ascension. You're going back home. You're putting roots down. Spirit wants you to take care of you, not the label of the twin flame. Take care of you, not this new personality of I'm a spiritual person. I am on my ascension, because that's ego feeding if you're talking about it. Make it a private process. Everyone's going to notice, but you don't have to spill it out for everybody, because then it becomes part of an ego, part of an identity, and the mind and the ego want to attach to anything it can because it tries to control. So just really balance out your emotions. You don't have to tell everybody, I'm on my spiritual journey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It needs to be a hidden home, a private process where you take care of yourself, your roots, your family. You don't brag about it. You don't post it all over the world. It's a private process, because this is your journey. It is not about anybody else. It is not about getting recognition. It is not about people seeing you in a certain light. This is you. If it's anything but that, just you and your private process, you are just feeding your ego. Your ego has literally attached itself to your spiritual journey. It snuck in the back door and claimed it. Stability. Working on yourself. Not making it a public journey, because that's just feeding your ego. That's beautiful, Spirit. That's really beautiful. On the bottom of the deck, it says Tower Escape. And it says beware of exposure. That's what I'm talking about. Beware of exposing this journey for getting people to be happy for you, or feel, say nice things to you, or even telling your twin about it. You don't need to. If you guys do come together, you don't need to tell them everything that you went through and all. You don't need to do that. That's the past. Leave it in the past. This is your own private process. This is just your treasure, your hidden home. This doesn't need any recognition. This doesn't need any validation, because the soul does not validate itself. The soul just is. The soul doesn't need recognition. The ego does. The soul doesn't need a pat on the back. The ego does. Remember, that's what your divine masculine is going through right now, that smoke and mirrors, that needing to be admired. Well, everyone has that in them. Spirit's saying, don't let the ego attach itself to your journey. Don't make memes and posts and things like that. Because this has to be a private journey. This is all about you. It's not you and everybody else. It's not you and having everybody think you are looking in a certain way, because then you're recreating that smoke and mirrors in yourself that divine masculine was, and it's just a cycle again. And when you're in your ego, divine masculine's in their ego. When you're putting out a narrative, so is divine masculine. This is private, a private process that doesn't need to be exposed. This is self-preservation of soul, of who you really are. Spirit says, now or never. Escape the ego by keeping it private. Staying true to your true form, who you really are, not the ego. Not the ego. Don't lie to yourself. Don't mask your intentions. Really do the work and be who you really are, which is a soul that has a body, having an experience for spirit, and your ascension. And it's all about your ascension, and be devoted and true to that ascension, and not accolades or pats on the back or recognition. And you will have a complete, utter transformation, because you will have complete devotion for your journey, respect for the private process, unconditional love of self, unwavering support of yourself, truth and justice for yourself and your true form, which is a soul in a body, having an experience for spirit, and it just transforms. It's like nothing else. It's better than anything else in the world. You're able to confront things. You're able to experience life events without having it feel like it's a tower moment every time. You're emotionally balanced. You know that this is just life events. You either accept what is or make the changes necessary. Have faith in yourself and always keep going, but don't be hard on yourself. Be true to yourself. You are not this identity. You are a soul in a body. I mean, a soul that has a body. You're not in the body. A soul that has a body. That's what you are. Thank you, Spirit. That was some deep stuff, and I love it. I loved every minute of those messages. Thank you, Spirit. It speaks to me as well. It's just a gentle reminder. What are some possible future outcomes, Spirit, for divine masculine and divine feminine? Spirit was really wanting to talk about you more than anything, but which is really beautiful. So far, we have some possible future outcomes. It's Spirit saying, look, when you do the work, things fall in alignment. I mean, with your power animal, however you identify with, I feel like the eyes are the window to the soul. You know who your power animal is. Retreat to avoid conflict. Sometimes you have to bite your tongue. Spirit's not saying run away, but pick your battles wisely. Know when to hold your tongue. Is it the right thing to say? Do we really need a fight right now, or is this just my ego? I'm hearing from Spirit, observe like animals do. They don't fight unless it's necessary. That's too many, so I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to get one more, and I'm going to get one more deck. Bear your burdens with love. Yeah, do all things with love. If you feel it's a burden, remember who you really are. You love. And if there is a conflict, you know there's always drama in life. Pick your battles. Shit's going to happen in life. Do it with love. How do you do it with love? You accept the situation as it is. You observe, like your spirit animal. You watch, you listen, you wait. Do I need to say this? What am I thinking? Sometimes our thoughts are our burdens. Give it love. Remember, Spirit saying, don't be so hard on yourself, letting go. If you have a thought about divine masculine, that's okay. Let it pass. Because when you're like, oh my God, I thought about divine masculine today, or oh, I want to text them so bad. Those are just thoughts, and you're giving energy to them. It's okay. You're human. Be kind to yourself. Be loving with yourself. Be grateful for everything that you have. Do everything with love. Pick your battles. Observe. Listen. Don't just react. Don't be hard on yourself. Observe. Listen. Watch. Let go of what doesn't serve you. when you feel like you're getting tight on this journey, like if you've had a stumbling block or you run into divine masculine or you hear something about your divine masculine that's really upsetting, retreat. Sit with it for a moment. Let it go. You're not separate, remember? This is just them in their lane doing them and you in your lane doing you. And be loving with yourself. Sometimes it's hard, and these roadblocks, it's not an easy journey, but it's not a hard journey either. It just is. Just accept what comes along and just move past it. Just watch what you're giving your energy to. Do it with love. Now I'm going to get another deck. And if I can't get an answer with Spirit this way, Spirit doesn't want to talk about future outcomes. It's because Spirit's wanting to talk about you and your journey. And that really is what the focus is anyway. But I'm feeling drawn to this deck. And if it's just about you, that means Spirit really doesn't want to talk about future outcomes for this collective because it needs to be just about you, okay? Spirit, can you tell me the possible future outcomes over the next year with Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine? What are some possible future outcomes with Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine? What else, Spirit? One more, Spirit. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck was Field of Dreams. I feel like Spirit's saying that when you are encouraging yourself and you are doing all the things we talked about earlier, I don't want to have to say them again just to save time. All the things I talked about keeping your process private, letting go, watching your thoughts, choosing your battles, not being reactionary, being forgiving and loving with yourself, and letting go and detaching from Divine Masculine and an outcome. Spirit saying, just keep encouraging yourself. Write little sticky notes to yourself on your mirror. Write in your journal, encouraging yourself. And that not only encourages you, but encourages your Divine Masculine who's still in the early stages of their ascension. Okay? Your work encourages their work. And it penetrates this dragon's lair. And it starts to thaw. Remember, a dragon already came out. Divine Masculine feels like there's a dragon looming constantly. But that 1 and 9 is a 10. It goes back to that end of cycles. I feel like this just starts to thaw. Because Divine Masculine is hiding within. But when you nurture yourself and encourage yourself and do all the work, it nudges this Divine Masculine that's in almost its infancy to melt that heart, to melt that anger, and it causes this awakening. It awakens. And I feel like this 3 and 2 is 5, which is change. I feel like they're receiving downloads. I feel like they're receiving that communication. Remember earlier, mind, body, and soul are communicating. They're feeling things. They're being nostalgic. They're reminiscing. They're changing. They're seeing through mass deceptions, illusions, lights being shown on them. Tick-tock, time is running out. They can't be this way anymore. Build it, they will come. This field of dreams, they're sitting on these eggs waiting for something to hatch. And it takes time. Tick-tock. It takes time for things to grow. Divine timing. I was going to say this earlier, but I didn't. But we were talking earlier about Divine Masculine possibly coming forward and that shared energy, and that, yes, the siren song is coming and they're being attracted. But I wanted to say, yes, they can come in. Yes, they are attracted. But divine timing is 100% at play. You can do all the work and attract Divine Masculine in. They can be attracted in their heart and their mind. But it is up to Spirit if you are coming, when you're coming back together. Because Spirit has some things for you to learn and hatch and grow, as well as your Divine Masculine. So it's not just up to you. And it shouldn't be up to you. That's why Spirit wanted to show me all that other stuff to you before we got into the outcome. Because Spirit wants you to focus on your journey. Because if you focusing on that egg hatching and growing and hatching with Divine Masculine, That's not your spiritual journey. That's not what it's about. Spirit says, I have things and experiences for you, specifically for you. And I have things specifically for him or her, your person, your divine masculine. And that needs to happen. And that's going to happen. It can either be a great experience or an experience with pining, longing, dark night of the soul, just feeling bad about yourself, pining, waiting around for somebody. Spirit saying, no amount of waiting, wanting, wishing, praying is going to make it happen because you're attached. You're resisting what I'm giving you. You're resisting because you have these illusions of what is supposed to happen. I'm in control. I have things for you. Just focus on your journey and let me take care of the details. Just enjoy your life experience. That's what I keep telling you. Enjoy your life experience. Because Spirit allows it to happen when it's supposed to happen. But you and your divine masculine have things to learn, experience, and create individually. Thank you, Spirit. Now I'm going to get get 2 more cards. Spirit, can you tell me over the next year, future outcomes, will divine masculine take action? I think I might get tarot as well. Will divine masculine take action, and if so, what kind? Towards divine feminine. The storyteller, the uncharted sea, opening to discovery. That's beautiful. See this on the bottom of the deck was roots of abundance. Remember that private journey, that home, that hidden home, putting down those roots. See the keyhole? See the key? Dude, I'm telling you, the story you're telling yourself, your journey, your life experience, this is your life experience. You're the storyteller. What's for your highest good? See that keyhole? This is up to you, Spirit's saying. This is your life experience. This is the key. Spirit's saying, when you do all that work and you give it to me, you give it to me, you let me, you live your life, you tell your story, you keep it, keep your ascension to yourself, but you're living your human story. Live your human story, your human life experience. Co-create with me. You're the key. Let's unlock it. Let's make something beautiful together. You're a part of me. I'm a creator. You're a creator. We create. Let's make it a good one. Don't sit around and wait all day for these eggs to hatch. Build it, they will come. Do the work. Live the story. Live your best life. Things will happen. Even though you feel, letting go of this divine masculine, you're in an uncharted sea, right? This is new. This is like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this spiritual journey. Sometimes it's hard. I can't imagine my life without divine masculine. 4 and 6 is 10. Yes, you can. Put it into those thoughts, a cycle. I know it's uncharted territory for you. But let's experience it. Let's get out into this uncharted sea. Be your own divine light. Work with me. Let's go. Let's create. I know this is into the unknown. Uncharted territory, but let's do it. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Spirit wants to experience through you. Put down the roots. You're the key. And Spirit saying, when you do this and you're living your best life and you're opening to discovering who you really are, open to discovering new territory, new experiences, even with other people, new experiences and new experiences just with yourself, living in your comfort zone. That is the creation of abundance. That is the key to this whole for your roots. It's pretty much telling me that anything is possible with divine masculine, but it's up to you. As long as you detach and live your best life. That is the key to putting roots down and calling in divine masculine. You have to be open. You have to be open to letting Spirit creating for you and accepting the divine timing. Co-creating with Spirit, but also letting Spirit take care of the details. When you hang on to time limits and sitting on an egg waiting for it to hatch, it can't happen. Okay, so that's really beautiful. I'm going to get some messages in regards to this with divine masculine. Nope, you know what? I'm going to get some final tarot for the future outcome. Spirit, can you tell me what are some possible future outcomes with divine masculine? I'm trying for you. Spirit's really wanting to focus on Spirit's really wanted to focus on you. I've never had that happen. I've used several decks, and it's all about you. And that's what the journey really is about, all about you. But this has been profound. Usually I get an outcome. I'm going to try the tarot for you. Spirit, what are some possible future outcomes for Divine Masculine towards Divine Feminine in this relationship? 3 of Pentacles. Spirit's like, okay. Eight of Wands. King of Pentacles. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. On the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. I'm going to get one more. 3 of Cups. All right. So I feel like after all of the work, letting Spirit take the wheel, being in the present moment, doing everything, and if you can't remember everything I said at this point, rewatch it. Spirit really wanted to make it clear before giving you this. Okay? I feel like with you doing all the work, stable came in again. That stability happens. You go from this Eight of Swords of being stuck. This is uncharted territory. I'm not sure. All you needed to do was remove the sword, walk through the gate. You take that sword, you walk through the gate, and this is what happens. If you stop sitting on the egg and waiting, co-create with Spirit, live your best life, and live in the present moment, forgetting the story, and being open to discovering. Making this all about your journey. You and Divine Masculine become this King of Pentacles energy. I feel like this King of Pentacles comes in, wants to get together, to celebrate, to come together, and makes communication. I feel like they communicate first, quickly, and things start to change. But they are coming to you in this King of Pentacles energy, which is fantastic. They're disciplined. They're not, they're grounded. They're not all in their ego. So if they come to you still in their ego, still in that energy that they were before, they're not ready. That egg needs to be cooked a little longer. It's not ready. But if they come to you right, they come to you ready, you'll know. You'll have an inner knowing. It'll be different. You'll be different. It'll be balanced. You'll know. And you'll be able, this person's going to come to you in this King of Pentacles energy. And it's just going to just start working together. Everything starts to click. It feels right. It feels good. You're just going with the flow. You're celebrating. You're coming together. You build a friendship as well as a romance. Let's get some messages. That's really beautiful. Messages from Divine Masculine over the next year about this communication. I'm going to do one more. I think one more for the middle. Whew. Okay. All right. Let me get these in order. Okay, I didn't want to, but I had to give you up. I didn't want to. And when I said it was over, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. And if they ghosted you, when they said it to themselves that they were done, they don't know what the fuck they were thinking. But for some reason, they had to give you up, for whatever reason. They don't want to let you go. They're still thinking of you. They are still thinking of you. And the sadness, remember that came up when in their heart space, they feel so much sadness for you. The sadness I feel for you is something I've never experienced before. I feel like they've discarded people before and ghosted people before, and it never really deeply affected them, but it did with you. And they flip-flop back and forth. I've considered leaving it all behind and heading straight to you, but I don't know if I can handle the consequences. They don't know if they can handle the consequences with you, or if they left their other situation, if they're in one. That could be a relationship, job, whatever it is that keeps them from an excuse that they have from coming towards you. But at a certain point, while they're on this journey, remember that encouragement of yourself leads to the encouragement of this Divine Masculine and helps them on their ascension. I'm starting to see that I cannot live up to other people's expectations of me. Like, I can't keep up with this mask. I can't keep up with the smoke and mirrors. Why am I giving two shits if people admire me or not? Why am I questioning this? I don't know how I feel anymore. Remember that card came out. I don't know how I feel anymore. I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. It took me a long time to realize that I do love you. And I'm looking for a sign from you that you still care. That's what brings out that Eight of Wands energy. Because you're so busy living your life and they see you thriving. Remember, they see that in their headspace, in their mind. They see you thriving, and you are thriving. And Spirit's encouraging you to keep going. That brings that fast communication because they're like, okay, that clock is ticking. Remember that moonlight dance? They're like, the clock is ticking. If I don't reach out, I may lose this person forever. And it gets the gears going, and they come, and it just starts working. It feels different. It feels right. It is different when this masculine comes to you, because you've done the work, they've done the work. And that way you can come together, be a team, celebrate, build this not only romantic relationship, but a true friendship, best friends, stable. And that's really beautiful. I'm going to get some words of wisdom to close this out for you from Spirit. Spirit, can you tell me, give me some advice for Divine Feminine moving forward through this next year on their ascension journey? What are some words of wisdom for Divine Feminine? What are some words of wisdom? Release. Let it go. We've talked about this through the whole thing. If Spirit could say anything, let Divine Masculine fly. Don't hold on. Don't hold on to the outcome. Don't hold on to the story. By letting Divine Masculine go and giving them energetically, letting them go, it heals you. It frees you to live your best life. What is it healing, Spirit? What is it healing? Ooh, my fingers. What is it healing, Spirit? What is it healing? Adversity? Image. I accept my current challenges as an opportunity to grow and learn something new about myself. Remember that uncharted sea. And to correct any behaviors of my own that may need adjusting. Remember, you're the key. Image. I'm comfortable in my own skin even if others can't accept me. This goes to that hidden home, that private process. It doesn't matter how people see you. It doesn't matter how people see you. This journey is about you. Your ascension. Living your best life for your highest good. And you're going to have bumps in the road, Spirit says. But accept them. Accept your current challenges as an opportunity to grow. If that memory and ego come in from the past, trying to tell you you're not good enough, remember the first card that came out was good enough. You're good enough. You're that Queen of Pentacles. Remember? I said Queen of Pentacles, and the future outcome is the King of Pentacles. There's going to be roadblocks. I have roadblocks. I have bumps in the road sometimes. Believe me. But I adjust my sails accordingly. And what used to trigger me and make me so upset is now just like, I'll even giggle about it. Or I'll reflect on it, adjust my sails, move forward. It's just what I'm giving my energy to. But the whole time, I am releasing. Divine Masculine's free. How free do I want to be in my life? Is how I want my Divine Masculine to be for their experience. I wouldn't want somebody hanging all over me, watching my every move. No way. No way. Having expectations of me when I'm not ready, that's not for me. And then finally, I'm going to get one last card. Spirit, can you give me one final card for Divine Feminine? Moving forward on their ascension journey for the next year. Something they can carry with them every day. Oof. Yes, be that goddess. Be that goddess. Be that Divine Feminine. Let your love flow. You're the goddess of love. Be that goddess. That's a gracious goddess. A goddess that loves herself or hisself. A goddess that is wise, knows when to react, when not to react, knows who they really are, loves themselves, adjusts that crown when they need to adjust that crown. And they're fluid. They're fluid with whatever life is going to bring them, and they're protected. Spirit is protecting you, and you are working with Spirit in uncharted territory, and you are living your own story, your own experience. And that's where I'm going to leave it, because that's absolutely beautiful. That 1 and 4 is 5. 5 is change. Let your love flow. Let it radiate. Remember that siren song gets louder and louder. The more love. Remember that card about lift your burdens with love? I believe it was. Let the love flow. Let me see if I can find that really quick. It might be here. No, but that Queen of Pentacles came out. Remember, you're good enough. Let the love flow. Don't forget what this journey's about. Never think that you're not good enough. Spirit has eggs for you and Divine Masculine that need to be grown, cultivated, and hatched individually. Let it flow. Let your love flow. I hope this helps. See you next week. Namaste.